Guys, it's Andrew here at Phelan Gardens, and Earth Day is upon us. It's coming up here, and we're going to talk about trees. Trees are going to be the cornerstone of our landscapes, and they are providing structure, they're providing shade, they're providing color, they're providing blooms. And for healthy trees, we have a toolkit of things that are going to make your landscape not only grow, but thrive. All right, so we are going to start with fertilizers. We're going to make sure these trees are having the best start as well as the best continued growth throughout their lifetime in our landscapes. Starting with our Fertilome tree and shrub food. This guy is great for your evergreens as well as your deciduous trees and even your fruit trees. And if you're in the right climate, it's also listed for palm trees. This guy comes in a 5-pound bag and a 20-pound bag, so little or a lot depending on how much you have planted. Another one, a great generic fertilizer, is going to be the Fertilome Fish Emulsion. This guy comes in a 1 gallon all the way down to a 16 ounce, and it's just pureed fish. Great source of nitrogen, and it's going to help these trees grow a nice vigorous canopy. Great for foliar growth. And then if you're growing just specifically fruit trees, Yum Yum Mix. It's a great product for your veggie gardens, but also for your fruit trees. Comes in a 4.5 shaker like this guy here, as well as a 25-pound bag for the serious gardener. Okay. All right, so next, once we've got that great growth going on with our plant, we also want to make sure that we have a good root structure going. So for that, we are including elements that are going to help those roots absorb nutrients as well as expand out in the soil. So my first favorite here is going to be the Root Rally. This stuff is it's just a chock full of mycorrhiza. I believe it has at least 20 different varieties of mycorrhiza that are going to help these roots absorb nutrients and have a nice, healthy, vigorous growth. We've got that guy in a 5-pound bag as well as a 1-pound bag. Another one that's going to be great for your established trees, anything that's been growing in the landscape that might need a little help, is going to be the Fertilome Root Stimulator. This guy comes in from a 16 ounce up to a 1 gallon, and this is going to help those roots that are struggling just kind of get a better foothold, as well as pulling up more nutrients, more water, and having a healthier tree. All right, so our next product, it may look small, but it is mighty. This is Azomite. Azomite is going to be a mineral base for trees, shrubs, anything, but it's basically your Flintstones vitamins in a powder form for all your plants. It is a mined material out of Utah from basically an ancient volcano eruption, and this guy is going to have everything you need, A to Z. Comes in a little 2-pound bag as well as a 44-pound bulk bag. All right, so then with all our trees, every once in a while we will encounter some problems. So what happens when you have insects? If you're being attacked by aphids or you're being attacked by scale on this beautiful tree that you're trying to get established in your landscape? Well, your first line of defense would be your most natural. Either a hard blast of water or attack with ladybugs would help mitigate those problems. If that doesn't solve that, you can go with the big guns. My first favorite here is going to be the All Seasons Horticultural and Dormant Oil. This can be applied to the tree, and it's a hose end, so you can reach up high on those taller ones. This is going to help smother any insects that are having a feast on that tree. Wonderful product here, safe for organic gardening as well. This microphone doesn't like me. Next would be the Spinosad soap. This guy is a wonderful product. I love to use it throughout the garden, great for the veggie garden, but this is going to be another natural hit on specifically aphids. This is a great shot, killing them on contact, so if you have those trees that are being heavily laden with those aphids all over the stems, hook this up to the hose, hit them once, should take care of the problem. If not, follow your instructions, it's going to tell you to reapply. Lastly, these are the big guns. This is not for use on any of your edible trees, but anything that's ornamental in your landscape, whether it be your evergreens or say your crab apples that you're not feasting on. This is the Fertilome Tree and Shrub Systemic Insecticide. You're going to mix this properly as per your instructions on the back and water it into the base of the tree. It's going to pull up through the system of the tree, acting as a defense for anything munching on that guy. All right, so we've talked about bugs, but then what happens if you get a fungus? Those little microbes getting into that tree and causing some issues. Well, one of my personal favorites here is going to be the Triple Action Plus. This guy is also going to be an insecticide and miticide, but this is going to solve any of your fungal issues. This is another hose end spray. can reach head to toe. We do carry it in a point and shoot as well, but this is probably going to be your most effective for your taller trees. Now, this guy is very, very important for any of your fruit trees, especially your apples. This is Fire Blight Spray by Fertilization, and last year a lot of people had a lot of issues with fire blight, and it's noticeable by the tops of the trees turning brown and dying and kind of crooking over. It's a disease that's usually invited in by flowers or by hail, causing damage to the tree. This spray needs to be applied in the spring when the tree is in bloom to take effect, but it's going to have all its full instructions here on the back for you. You're going to mix it up and hopefully not have any issues this year. Alrighty, so with all those things mitigated, there's still the seasonal change. In Colorado, we know we can have those late season frosts or snowstorms, or in the fall time, we can have those early snowstorms coming in October. So protecting these trees, protecting your investment is very, very important. First off here, we have wilt proof. This is going to be an anti-transparent that you're going to coat any of your trees with. You can apply it to your evergreens as well in the wintertime, as well as your fruiting trees in the springtime to protect against any of that late or early frost. Secondary, with any of your younger trees, anything 2 to 3 inches or smaller in caliper, or if you want to be safe with any new landscape trees, tree wrap. It's a little paper, basically faux bark. You're going to wrap the trunk from the lowest branch to the base to protect against the heat and the cold throughout the winter time. Here in Colorado, when we do get the warm days, the cool days, the warm days, the cool days, that can cause stress on that trunk and can cause splitting down the front of it. This helps mitigate that, preventing any tree loss throughout the winter time. One last thing to protect against any kind of winter hurt would be winter watering. Any of your established or newly planted trees in the landscape, honestly your whole landscape, make sure you're giving them a nice deep hydration, especially before frost or snowstorms, to help those roots preserve against the cold and help your plants come back healthier in the springtime. So those are some of our favorite products here for tree care here at Phelan Gardens. And that's just the tip of the iceberg on some of the products we have. We're going to have some specialized products for special problems you may have. So feel free to come in and see us. We're celebrating our Earth Day weekend for the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And we just want to make sure everyone's landscapes are doing great and any additions are going to thrive. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.